Okay, so far we have our body, we have our feet, our little buttons, and then we have our other segment here, our second segment for our Olaf that I'm making here. Hope you can see everything okay here, and I apologize for the lighting, and the video is not very good quality. So, hopefully you'll be able to see everything I'm doing here. And sometimes in crafting, you have to rig a little bit to get what you want. I wanted to make an Olaf that is as crocheted as possible, where I'm not using felt and I'm not using pipe cleaners, I'm not using other things. So to achieve this, I have kind of created my own hand here, just played around a little bit, and this is what I came up with. It's a little strange looking, but I personally think it achieves what I'm looking for a hand for him. So the fingers may not look as stick-like as I want them, but that's okay. And this is how I did this. This is the second section of Olaf's body. This goes right on top of the main body. And what I've done, because this section is complete except for my stuffing and attaching it to the other part of the body, of course. So what I've done is I decide pretty much where I want to be with my arms. I've got, obviously make this, I am so sorry. For the rest of the body, I have used an F hook. For the arms, I'm using a D hook because I want it to be as stick-like as I can. This is actually the smallest hook I own. So I'm going, and that's good because I really have a hard time with these smaller hooks, but this is a D hook. What I've done, as you can see, I have put my hook, I have determined where I want my arms to be, and then I have placed my hook in and then through that row. It's about approximately 2 rows from my closure. So I have that in place, and that's actually where I'm going to join my brown yarn. So I'm going to pull my yarn through here, and I'm going to just chain 1 so that I can kind of lock that into place. From here, I'm going to chain 14 and make them, make the stitches, the chains pretty tight. I'm going to do this as well as possible. I'm like struggling with the camera in front of me, but 14. So we're going to go 1, okay. I'm going to pretend like there's not a camera in front of me, and maybe that will be better. Okay. So I'm going to go 1. Goodness. Okay, so basically what you want to do is chain 14 from here. My apologies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And like I said, I'm trying to do these tight, so 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 2 more, 13 and 14. Simple chain there that I just made look like as painful as I'll get out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to single crochet in to this first stitch right here. So I single crocheted into the second chain from the hook, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the next one. So 2 slip stitches following my single crochet. And that gives me my first finger. Okay? From here, I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then I'm going to slip stitch into my next one. Excuse me, slip stitch, no, single crochet again, slip stitch, and then slip stitch again, just like the first one. And I have 2 fingers. Chain 4 again. You're going to repeat this for the next 2. 2, 3, 4. Into the second chain from the hook, we'll put a single crochet, and then slip stitch into our next stitch down, and then the next one from there, and we've got 3 fingers. Okay, and then we're going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Second chain from the hook, single crochet, slip stitch into the next, and then slip stitch into the next. And then we have our 4 fingers. That's all the fingers we need for Olaf. We got 4 fingers there, and we're going to bring this all the way around to the beginning portion of our hand, and we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. You really can't mess this up here. Just slip stitch into the closest stitch that you can right there without, you know, going into a finger or something there. So alright, and I've slip stitched there. I'm going to slip stitch into the next one down just to secure it better. Okay, slip, 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 stitch. There we go. And we've got our 4 fingers. And then from here, just go ahead and finish off. If you want to go down one more just to be safe, to really get it in place there, you can go ahead and slip stitch one more down. We're going to, at this point, we're going to go ahead and cut off not a long tail, just a tail, just, you know, a few inches. It's not, you don't need a lot. Go ahead and pull your yarn through on the hook. You see we've got our hand there. Got our hand. And what I'm going to do is that's way more tail than I need here. I'm going to kind of hide it in. I'm going to show you on our hand. When you're finished, you might have a little bit of a hole in the middle of it, which is easily fixable because we can also hide our tail in this process. Just go in with your yarn. If I can get my lighting to cooperate, go into your yarn and kind of go around the inner circle of your hand. Just kind of go around inside the middle, and then you can pull it just manipulate it to the point of closing up that hole. you know, you don't have to get crazy. The tail is fine. You're pretty secure with that. Nothing's going to come apart. Except you might wrap your tail around your finger, which you don't want to do. Lovely. So, get that out of there. And just pull it into place. Another nice thing about doing that, where I've kind of sewn my yarn around in that, is that I can actually kind of manipulate my fingers on here by doing that. So, just snip your tail off as close as you can to your project to get rid of it. Alright, now we are left with a little bit of string, a little yarn right here. And what I did to the other side is I wrapped this and I tied a knot around my arm. Now, this may not all be, you know, politically correct, whatever. I don't really care. I'm trying to achieve something here, so if I achieve the look, I'm good with that. You can knot it, just turn it around and tie it once, and then just take your extra yarn let's see where I am here, and just stick it through into, you're going to stick it into your project. Just put it inside of it. I'm pulling my needle out, but this yarn will end up inside, and that has helped me achieve hiding my yarn. I've connected my yarns flawlessly. So now maybe you'll be able to see. I am so sorry that this is so difficult to see because of the lighting, but I hope that you were able to get the gist of what I did there. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I am trying to make a really, really cute Olaf. So I've got my arms now. Now I'm going to start attaching my body, but this was the tutorial for our arms. And thank you. Thank you for trying out this fun Olaf pattern.